Welcome to this lecture. We are done with SQLite 3, so I hope you were able to build this script that I showed you throughout the previous lectures. Because in this lecture, we are going to use this script, but I'll modify it so that it is compatible with interacting with PostgreSQL databases. So luckily most of the code is the same, with some slight changes. Of course, we would need another library called Psycopg2, and then we will grab methods from that library. And unlike SQLite 3, Psycopg2 needs to be installed, so it's a third-party library. It doesn't come as a built-in Python library. So you need Psycopg2 installed, and you also need PostgreSQL installed in your computer. So in this lecture, I would like to show you how to install PostgreSQL and Psycopg2 as well. Alright, this is the official webpage of PostgreSQL, and you can just go to downloads, just here or down here, and then you want to find your operating system. So PostgreSQL works on Mac, Linux and Windows, Solaris as well. So I'm on Windows, so I'll just click on Windows, and when you install PostgreSQL, you are also installing the pgadmin 3, which is a graphical tool where you can see your databases. If you're familiar with MySQL, pgadmin is equivalent to PHP MyAdmin. PostgreSQL also comes with a stack builder, which is a package that you can use to download and install other PostgreSQL extensions. So let's say you want an extension for spatial data, so to store spatial data in PostgreSQL so that you can use it for JS applications. So there's an extension for that called PostGIS. So anyway, I'll show you how to install extensions. First you need to download PostgreSQL, and I am on Windows, so I'll click this. And I'll wait a while until my download finishes. So I'll quickly go through the installation process. So I'm just being asked where I want to install PostgreSQL and where my data will be stored. And here you should be careful with these credentials. So your super user, the ones who have most of the privileges to your databases, and your super user name is Postgres, and I would actually like to create a simple file. A text file just to store my credentials. I would like to say the password as well. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I would enter Postgres 1, 2, 3 for password. Then next, this is the port of your server, of your database server. So I would want to take a note of this too. This is about your local settings, so I'll just leave this default. And you'll just have to wait a while until the installation finishes. Alright, that was successful. Now if you want to launch Stock Builder to install extensions for the PostgreSQL database, you may want to have this checked. So this is my database server. And here you have a bunch of extensions that you may want to install. For example, spatial extensions. And you have PostGIS for 32-bit and for PostGIS for 64-bit. If I click next, this tells me that they need one package at least to be installed. So let me just install PostGIS. Alright, agree to the PostgreSQL license and then just go next. This is asking me about GDAL, which is another interface for GIS data. Alright, that was how to install external extensions. If you want to go back to Stack Builder later, your Stack Builder should be here. Or you can just go to PostgreSQL, and here you have pgadmin as well, and here is the application Stack Builder. Alright, but if you want to work with Python, you want to access the PostgreSQL databases through Python, so you don't have to interact with these applications here. The way to interact with PostgreSQL with Python is by installing Psycopg2. And you can install Psycopg2 with pip. However, you may run into problems because Psycopg2 is written in C, so you need a C compiler installed in your system. On Windows at least, you will not have this problem on a Mac and a Linux, I'm quite sure. The solution to this, actually there are a few solutions. One of the solutions is that you may want to install Visual Studio on your Windows machine. But that's quite a big program, and I wouldn't want to install that. So the second solution, which I prefer the most, is to use precompiled Python libraries. And you can find almost any Python libraries that require a C compiler. You can find those libraries in this page, served by Christoph Goldke. So we're looking for Psycopg2. Here you have the wheel files. So a wheel file is a file that can be installed with pip. So what you do when you install something with pip install Psycopg2. Pip is downloading the wheel file from a remote server, and then it installs it in your system. So here you can look for your version, and this would be the file for my system. So I'll just get this from here and paste it in here so that I can access it from the Atom command line. So here is the file that I just downloaded. So just go ahead and pip install, and then you will need to point to the will file. So .will. Alright. And that was successfully installed. I can quickly check if that is available. And it seems to be working. You can also check the version of your library if you want. So it's 2.6.1. Alright, so in the next lecture, we will connect to the database, to the PostgreSQL database, and then we'll be creating tables and inserting data, viewing, deleting, and updating them. So let's move on.